Hello, I'm driving in a car. I hope the road noise isn't too loud, but I'm trying to save some time and do two things at once, so I thought I'd do my video update now. Alright, I think I've been dieting for about 27 weeks. I think I've got about 18 weeks to go. Comps have been pushed back 3 or 4 weeks, so I've got some extra time to keep dieting. And the gymnasium is open in 2 weeks' time. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the gym reopening, more for a lot of my clients. A lot of my clients I haven't really spoken to for the last 3 months. So I thought I'd chuck all the information into the reopening of the gym in here, and I can just link them to this rather than texting them a load of crap. Okay, so the gym is opening back up on Monday the 22nd of June. It's not going to be 24 hours anymore. It's only going to be open staffed hours, which is Monday to Wednesday, 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. Thursday and Friday it will be open 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. Saturday it will be open 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. and that means Sunday it won't be open at all because we're not staffed on Sundays. So limited hours, which is annoying for a few of my clients, which I train outside of staffed hours, especially on Sundays, and then on Thursday nights and Friday nights and Saturday afternoons. Those times will not exist at the moment. Just going through an 80 zone, and I was doing 110. I am on the freeway, so I wasn't speeding doing 110. I was abiding by the rules of the road. Anyway, so yeah, they're the opening hours. So everyone I train outside of those times, we're not going to be able to do those sessions. I was really excited about coming back to the gym when it opened, and I knew there'd be restrictions, but I didn't realize it would be as crap as it's going to be. I've been working a bit just out of my garage for the last however long we've been in quarantine or lockdown or whatever you want to call it. So I'm actually more interested in working from home than I am going back to the gym whilst the restrictions are in place. You're going to have to book sessions as a member, so not just book sessions with me, but you're going to have to book sessions just to train at the gym. The sessions are going to be limited to 50 minutes of training, and I think it's going to be like on the hour. So you're going to have to book for like either a 6 a.m. or a 7 a.m. or an 8 a.m. I don't think, we haven't been told 100% what the booking sort of form is going to look like. So I'm hypothesizing a little bit here. But I think everyone that books for the session will kind of come in at the one time, and then they'll all get kicked out at the one time. So yeah, you're 50-minute sessions, which is annoying because most of the time I train my clients for an hour or even more if the next person's late. And usually, even if we go for an hour, usually my clients will finish off on their own because we won't get everything done in the hour, and they'll finish off the last couple exercises on their own. So being limited to 50 minutes is really shit. You won't be able to train at the gym more than 4 times in the 1 week. So a maximum of 4 times a week for 50 minutes. So fairly limited. I'm not having a go at the gym itself. This is just what they have to do given the current restrictions in the state of Victoria. So I guess if we have to blame anyone, it's Dan Andrews. He's got terrible posture. I find his posture disgusting. I think he needs to go to the gym a little bit more. That would be nice to see. Train his back, maybe. Anyway, so restrictions on time, restrictions on the number of sessions you can do. There'll be some limitations on equipment. Some equipment we won't be able to use. There's no change rooms, there's no showers, there's no sauna or steam room. There will be, at the moment, we're limited to 20 people within the whole gym. So you will really have to book sessions if you're training at times of the day when anyone else wants to train. If you're training at 2 a.m, it's probably not going to be an issue. And if you're training at probably 2 p.m, it's not going to be an issue, because they seem to be always very quiet those times of day. But if you're wanting to book at peak times, which at my gym is generally between 6 a.m. in the morning and 7:30 a.m, that's usually the busiest time in the morning. And then in the evenings, it's probably from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m. It's usually fairly busy. So I'd say there'll be definitely limited spots between those hours. I think that's about it at the moment, apart from just all the normal social distancing stuff that we're supposed to be doing anyway. So I think you won't be able to work on a machine if someone's on the machine next to you, type of thing. You'll have to wait and leave a gap between yourselves. I assume in the cardio area, sort of every second piece of equipment will be out of order, so that everyone has to be spaced out. It's just going to be very, very limited. So everyone that I've been training at home, they've been quite happy training out of the dungeon garage. So everyone that's keen to keep training in the garage, I will continue to train from there. Everyone that wants to go back to the gym, then I will go back to the gym, but I'll have to split my time between the gym and home. So yeah, I'll have to contact everyone and figure out who's training when, and sort out when I'm at the gym and when I'm at home. I've got everything I need to have a decent session at home, so I was looking forward to just having full access to everything in the gym. But whilst we're under such heavy restrictions, it's kind of taken the fun out of going back to the gym in the first place. So anyway, I think that's all that shit covered. So now I'll talk more about where I'm at dieting wise. Again, I feel like my body weight's kind of just hovering about right at the start of lockdown. I increased calories so that my rate of weight loss was slower, because I wasn't sure when the comps would actually be on, or if they'd be on at all. So I added an extra bowl of yogurt, berries, cinnamon, some stevia with my dinner meal. This week I think I'll cut that out again. So I can't remember exactly the protein, carbs and fats of that bowl of yogurt and berries, but I'll be minusing that from my current macros after today. I think my macros at the moment are about protein 350, carbs 260, fats 110 or something, 130. I can't actually remember. But I've got it written down, so I'll chuck that in the details of this. So yeah, dropping calories this week, dropping the yogurt and berries. So dinner will just be meat and veg, back to what I was doing before we went into lockdown, because I really need to speed up my weight loss, because I've only got 18 weeks to go, and I assume I've got about 10 kilos to lose. Obviously I haven't competed for 7 years, and I also haven't weighed myself since I've been out of the gym. So that's probably the thing I'm looking forward to most, is weighing myself on the gym scale when we get back and seeing how my weight's changed, if it's changed at all. I think I'll be a tiny bit lighter than where I was pre-lockdown. I feel leaner than when we left the gym. I've been training better ironically, I've been training better since the gym's been closed, but that's just because I've got more spare time. So I've got more time to train, more time to eat, more time to sleep, more time to do everything. So I've just been able to be a better bodybuilder without having to work so much since the gym's been closed. My strength for last week has been good, other than my chest pressing, which I'm extremely limited with due to left shoulder inflammation. Everything else has been pretty good. Another thing I was looking forward to getting back to the gym was using some dumbbells. I've got adjustable dumbbells in the garage, but I get sick of adjusting them for myself. I'll adjust them for clients, but when I'm training myself, I've just been sticking to barbells. But my shoulder hates barbells, so and I was doing a lot of machine pressing for chest as well, because I could alter my grip so I was neutral and in close, which is always a lot safer for my shoulder. And I haven't been doing that. I've just been doing my normal barbell chest pressing, and my shoulders inflamed a bit because of that. So I'll be keen to take some stress off the shoulder once we get back to the gym. What else? My sleep the last week hasn't been great, to be honest. Just been wasting too much time doing random nothing as opposed to sleeping. My mood has been pretty alright. I did absolutely lose my shit the other day at my daughter. She slipped over at the park and lightly grazed her knee, to the point where there was not even any blood. It was like the lightest little scratch, and she was just hysterically crying like for the next 10 minutes at the park. So we decided to leave, and then she's crying constantly in the car. We went to McDonald's. She's still crying at McDonald's. We got back in the car. She's still hysterically crying, not because her knee was hurting, but because she was scared she was going to get into trouble for falling over. And it was just so frustrating trying to talk her out of crying, and I just lost my shit at some point. So that's probably the first time. No, it's not the first time this prep that I've lost my shit. I lost my shit a couple of times right at the start. But I'd been pretty good for the last 2 or 3 months. But yeah, anyway, drop calories this week, so I might lose my shit even more. But that was a bit of a wake-up call for me as well, just to, if I feel myself being pushed to the point of losing my shit, I just need to step away for a second, take a few deep breaths, and then go again, rather than trying to talk someone out of being hysterical by being hysterical. It's not really a very logical way to go about doing things. But when we're dieting for comps, we seem to lose our ability to think rationally and logically. Well, I do anyway, especially towards the end of a prep. The leaner I get, the more angry and frustrated and short-tempered I seem to get. I feel it's more to do with my body fat percentage than my calorie intake. I feel like if you got fat Aaron on low calories, you'll be fairly mentally stable. I can cope with low calories. Physically, low calories is not an issue at all for me. I've fasted on 0 calories a day for a week before. I actually felt the best I've ever felt in my life from a cognitive function point of view. I'd honestly never felt better psychologically than I did during that fast. It was absolutely amazing, and it was something that I wasn't prepared for. I wanted to fast because I thought it would be hard. I thought it would be physically very hard. I thought it would be psychologically very hard, and I wanted to put myself through a week of that to see how I went. So to start fasting, because I thought I was giving myself a challenge, and to actually enjoy it was actually disappointing, funnily enough. But anyway, so my point is, low calories, not an issue for me physically. I'm fine. I trained the whole way through that 1 week fast. My strength was exactly the same on day 7 as it was the week prior. I lost absolutely no strength. My cognitive function was incredible. I felt like if I'd been using, I don't know, whatever percentage of my brain, I felt like it was just in overdrive. I felt like I could remember everything that I'd ever learned in my entire life. My memory recall was incredible. If you asked me a question that I knew the answer to, I didn't have to search for it in my brain. Everything was just at the forefront of my mind, and as soon as you asked me the question, just bang, I could reply straight away. My thinking was incredibly clear, and my memory recall was incredible. I could remember things I didn't even realize I knew. What else? I felt obviously flat and depleted, so I looked flat because I had no sodium, no nothing, no carbohydrates, no nothing. So every cell in my body was depleted. But when I actually switched on and did a set in the gym, as long as I focused, I could pump out the same reps on the same weight that I did the week prior. If I didn't focus and I just thought that I was going to be as strong as I kind of felt, then I'm sure I would have pushed out a lot less reps. But when I actually switched on and said, no, fuck it, I will get the same amount of reps as I did the week prior, then I could do it for the entire week. And I trained legs on day 7, and I actually matched everything I did the week prior. So I found that quite fascinating. Not 1 gram of protein, carbohydrate, or fat for 7 days, and my strength did not drop 1 bit. So that was very fascinating. I think I dropped 8 kilograms over the 7 days. I think it was 8 kilograms. But a lot of that weight was just obviously glycogen, water. Obviously I was pissing so frequently because I just had no sodium, potassium, calcium, nothing coming into my body, no carbohydrates coming into my body. I was completely depleted of glycogen. Every bit of water I drank didn't sort of stick. Everything I drank would just come straight out. So I was pissing very frequently. So a lot of that weight that was lost is water, glycogen, obviously body fat as well. Every bit of food that was in my digestive tract, that's usually in my digestive tract, obviously wasn't there anymore. I think I stopped shitting after day 3, I think was my last poop. So yeah, no food in my digestive tract, no poop, no water, no glycogen, and a fair bit of fat loss over that week as well. I think when I fast, I lose 500 grams of body fat a day. I reckon I average out. So I think over the course of the week, I lost 3.5 kilograms of body fat, but I lost a total amount of weight, 8 kilograms, which looks amazing on the scale. But when I started eating again, I reckon maybe I lost 4 kilograms of fat in the week. And then when I started eating again and put the glycogen back in, the sodium, the water, the food in my stomach, the poop through my digestive tract, I jumped back up 4 kilograms on the scale. So that's without putting on any body fat. My weight still jumped up 4 kilos just with all those other things. But yeah, like I said, it was a very interesting experience, and I'm speeding way over the limit. I better set the, I should have just set the cruise control. There we go. Alright, now we're not speeding anymore. What was I saying? Fasting. I don't know why I started talking about fasting. Mental state whilst on low calories, that's right. So I was on the most extreme low calorie diet, which is 0 calories, and I felt fantastic. So I really don't think low calories affects me too badly. It's more when I get super lean, my body just does not like it at all. I don't think my body likes being under about 12%, to be honest. I'm naturally quite lean and ectomorphic, but maybe my set point is kind of like, I don't know, 10-12%. So anything under that, my body just seems to really dislike, and I get angry Aaron coming out quite often. I feel I'm probably a better personal trainer when I'm lean, not because I look more impressive, but because I'm a lot more authoritative, I just do not take excuses or people's shit talk. As soon as you give me a bullshit excuse, I'll just call you out on it. I'm just not interested in listening to people's bullshit. So a lot of people like Angry Aaron. I think I like Angry Aaron better, but there's positives and negatives. It's as Angry Aaron as a father may not go down very well. I've never dieted for a comp as a dad before, so we'll see how this eventuates. Anyway, I've spoken for 20 minutes, probably just to keep myself awake while I'm driving in the car, but that's enough for this week's update. I'm sure most of you won't even listen to it because I've gone on for too long. I'll drop calories, I'll start getting leaner. I've got 2 weeks till I get back to the gym to jump on the scale, and we'll see where we're at. 18 weeks to go and about 10 kilograms to drop. I assume I'm going to have to weigh 82 kilograms to get on stage and look good this year, which will be, I think, 2 kilograms of lean body weight under where I competed in 2013. That's where I believe I'm at the moment. I've lost a bit of muscle slowly over the last 7 years, and I plan to get a little bit leaner than I was in 2013, so I think I'll be 82 kilograms on stage instead of 85, which I was last time in 2013. I think I looked my best in 2010 when I was 86 kilograms. I was probably a little bit leaner in 2013, but I definitely looked more impressive in 2010. Just a lot fuller, a bit more muscle. See you next week.